You're like, oh, there's blood. Looked in the mirror. Oh, there's a lot of blood. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Simplidimi. This channel is about faith, fun and finance. So if you're interested in one or three, then continue watching and also consider subscribing. So the reason why I decided on entry and starting this video is because it's been a minute. We are in the whole 2021. January has gone, February has even gone, and I am only now stepping in front of the camera. I am ashamed. It's true. And if anyone who knows me, you know I love to do an African accent. I'm not going to be specific. I just feel like it adds a different flair. Okay, anyway, so I'm back and I'm here to kind of give you guys a catch up on what's been happening in my life. I feel like this channel really isn't that kind of way, right? It's more informative. But as I've been away and been feeling really convicted that I haven't filmed a video, I've been thinking about what do I want my YouTube to, you know, be about moving forward. And absolutely faith, fun and finance are going to be center, particularly faith. But obviously we don't do faith outside of context. Like, life happens, and the whole reason for me wanting to do this video was because I wanted to share the nuggets of my life and the nuggets of things I read, including finance and fun, with you guys. Like, I feel like I need to add a little bit more of my own personal flair and just share a little bit more about me. So in light of that, I feel that this is kind of how my channel will go, perhaps. I say this now, March, can we have a video please? But yeah, I kind of felt like I wanted to share the reality of being a Christian in the 21st century, being a Christian in their 20s, because I'm still in my 20s, okay? I mean, I know I look like I'm 19, but your girl's a little bit older than that. Anyway, in light of that, I'm here to give you guys a quick catch up about how my 2021 has started. Generally, my 2021 started off with what you could call a bang. You could say it was a bang. You don't want to be too excited, but it started off with me getting a new job. This is when I insert the chairs, the audience clapping. I got a new job. I mean, it was definitely a God thing. I'm really, really sad to leave my old position because I really love my schools. I really love my kids. I felt like I've really grown in this place and I know I would continue to grow. But I do think that in this new position, there's opportunities for further growth, development in a different skill set. And if you guys have watched my interviewing skills top tips video, I utilized some of them. And to be honest with you, when I made that video, it wasn't because I was actively looking for another job. But hey ho, I don't just give you content that doesn't work. I be giving you the specifics. So I'm actually going to do a whole other video about kind of the process of that, kind of going to that interview and giving you guys some more specific top tips as it relates to my field or healthcare, because I am a speech and language therapist by background. So that's how the new year started. The new year started with me getting a new job. Okay, and then we were not allowed back outside of houses because we were on lockdown. And I've just been working. It's been really difficult actually working from home, and it's not because working from home doesn't have its perks, because it does. It's nice just to be able to like roll out of bed, be like, oh, and be a little bit more easy. And I think living in London, it's definitely quite fast paced, right? And working from home kind of is, in some ways, is better for your mental health because you don't have the stress of being out and about and, all directions. But at the same time, it's tricky because there's no delineation. There's no, I think, delineation or demarcation, maybe they're synonyms, between home and work, right? So I've been struggling. And as a result, like, I've been having to work during the weekends and, in the evenings, just because I want to give my schools, I want to give my job, I want to give my students the best of me. And if that means I'm going to have to do more, like, work later hours because I haven't really been as productive during the day, I'm going to do that. I wouldn't recommend it, but I don't feel God on my conscience to be doing something that, isn't beneficial to my students. And on this one, I'm going to just double check that this camera is still recording. Okay, so we're good. So that's what's been happening. Working from home, got a new job, and then your girl went and sprained both her ankles. Yes, both of them. And to be honest, I've never broken a bone. This was a different type of vibe for me. Long story short of it, as I was in my bed, I was kind of sitting on my legs watching a YouTube video. You know how you kind of be crouching up in an awkward position, like looking like some kind of I don't even know, like dead insect or something, some dead spider with all my legs like this. Anyway, I lost all feeling in my leg. I didn't know this. When I got up, I didn't feel any pins and needles. I didn't really feel anything. But it was so quick, I didn't process. When I went to step out of the bed, felt nothing. Like, I don't want to say I was paralyzed because I wasn't, but like I had no feeling in my leg, and I was kind of like trying to walk, but it wasn't really working. And because obviously there's no like feedback, and fell and twisted both my ankles. But I definitely felt that. And yeah, it was in like I wouldn't necessarily say excruciating pain, but it was a lot of pain. And I think it was also very fearful because my bones aren't the strongest. So it was like, oh my gosh, I've just sprained both my ankles, and oh my gosh, my bones are rackadaga anyway. So but yeah, so I've basically been on bed rest for the most part. It's getting there. It's just taking a bit of a longer process, but definitely we're up and coming. There is movement. My legs are getting better, and it's great. And I'm telling you, like, when you know, we always say this, like, when something is taken from you, then you know that you actually appreciated it, because the opportunity just to go downstairs and like grab a cup of tea, it was non-existent. So yeah, so that was a bit sticky. And then literally sprained my leg on the Thursday. On the Saturday, Mally, remember the Mally from my first video? Yeah, my beloved cat. Still love him. He was trying to get away from me because I was just making sure that he didn't poo himself. It's a bit disgusting, I know. Anyway, but yeah, as he was trying to get away from me, he scratched my lip. You know, oh, there's blood. Looked in the mirror. Oh, there's a lot of blood. And like my lip kind of detached a little bit. So I had to go to the A&E. Fun. On my sprained ankle. And or sprained ankles with an S. And yeah, I had to get those Steri-Straps stings now. And kind of reduce talking, so there was less movement. Initially I was like, okay, let me just have like liquid foods, because obviously I'm going to minimize on the chewing, so my mouth's not, my lips aren't moving that much. The wrong decision. The soup was getting everywhere because I wasn't able to properly close my mouth, and then it was just dripping on my chin. It was just not even great. And then when I did finish, like when it kind of did heal up, or rather the bandage fell off, because it was just like, bruv, how are you drinking all these fluids? I can't even stick no more. You know, the bandage was even talking to me like, listen, it's a wrap, okay? Then I kind of had like a rash underneath my lip, because I guess all the food had stayed there, and I wasn't able to like properly like wash my face. It was that kind of like a wipe down situation with 2 broken ankles. Honestly, I would say mid-February was a little rough, but it was a bit rough, but I know that I really don't have it as bad as many people. So I'm not even gonna be like, woe is me, you know? But yeah, but it was interesting. So that happened, and I still have a scar. Well, obviously I do have a scar. I don't know if you guys can hear, if I'm heard to hear. Quite a clean cut, to be honest. There's a little bit of a bump on my lip. I don't know why, but hopefully it might go down, but I'm sure you guys are looking at Dimitri that your lip seems perfectly fine, and by the grace of God it is. So that's kind of what happened. So those are the 3 big things that has happened to me in the new year. And I should also finish up by saying, I want to put you guys onto this app that I've been listening to, because this year has been a year when I said, God, I don't want to expect God for anything. I don't want to be like, God, this is the year that I get promoted, or Lord, this is the year that I find a husband, or Lord, this, I don't want to give God, and I don't want to be specific in my request. I just want God to have his way in my life. I have expectation that he's going to do things, but I don't want to expect what he's going to do. And I hope that makes sense. I just want God to just have his way. For example, the burning bush example. Moses didn't say, by this year I want to have an encounter with God in the burning bush. He just was, I guess, seeking God and had a heart for God, and God appeared to him, right? And in fact, he probably wasn't even seeking God like that. God does things because he is God, and he is in full control of our lives. Yes, we have a certain level of control, but he is providential. So I just said, this year I just want to see God at work. I want to see God do miraculous things. I want to see God just like do what he needs to do, and I want to be amazed by him. But in order for that even to happen, it's really important that I also develop my relationship with him. The ending of the last year, I wasn't as consistent in my Bible, so that impacted on my videos, and I don't want to come here and just be like talking air rather than talking from an encounter, from a kind of some quiet time with God. So I wanted to kind of get closer to God. I'm gonna sneeze. Nope. Bless me. Yeah, wanted to draw closer to God, and one of my things my friend said was the Daily Audio Bible, which is an app, and I so recommend it for anyone who is seeking to read the Bible, or listen to the Bible, and not just listen to the words, but also the man who leads it, called Brian. He actually provides contextual information and puts things together. And then the final section is that kind of 3-part. You read the Bible, or the Bible verses and sections, discuss, and then in the Daily Audio Bible app family, they have like people come for prayers, they share words of encouragement. It's such a blessing. And when I can be like, oh my God, I can't believe I sprained both my ankles, but when you listen to the things that other people are going through, it puts your things in perspective, either that, God is, if even if your situation is worse, it's like, well, God helped them, so it encourages you that God will help you, wherever that looks like, whether that be delivering you or keeping you there a little longer. Whatever the situation is, what I found that it really helps me to do is to be more mindful of others and not just be in my own little bubble, like, oh, I want X or I want Z. It's like, Dimitri, can we just sit down, please? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not all about you. It's really not all about you. And I think that the Daily Audio Bible has really helped me to think beyond me and be more intentional about praying for my friends, praying for those I don't know, praying for my community. Less so my community, but definitely something that I want to do. Like, just praying for other people. There's someone that said something along the lines like, if your prayers were answered, would you be the only one that was blessed? Or would you be the only one that was delivered? I think in modern day Christianity, we're very much consumed with ourselves, and we need to actually look outwards, because Christ looked outwards. So that's a quick update. I'm sure there's many other things, but yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video. Hopefully it'll be sooner rather than later, and I pray that you are keeping well. I pray that God is encouraging you. I pray that you know that you are loved by God. He deeply cares for you. He deeply desires to know you even more, and I will see you in the next video by God's grace. Bye for now.